Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Zach Wilson and the Indianapolis Colts.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
First play, first pass for Brady. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously they... Never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one A little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Rodrigo Blankenship and the Colts field goal unit comes on. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number 1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Kwity Paye in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joe Tryon able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Now, that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Brady. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Here's Jake Camarda now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Back to Taylor on first down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Woods. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Joe Tryon. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Wilson. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Bucs now. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Now Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And this time he's got... It's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. He's going to try and go deep again. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down is Brady. This is caught by Evans. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
On first down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now they bring the tight end in motion right.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Quiddy Pay.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Are enough defensively.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
1st and 10, Taylor now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
93 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On the handoff, Taylor. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
In motion left, the tight end.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Blankenship out for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Brady now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 2nd and 10.
Brady, they'll swing this out to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Brady now on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Quiddy Pay
in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Brady now to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Brady got to have this one. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
135 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I...
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there for Indy. 59 yards.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Here's Taylor again.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Colts continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Who that? 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw here's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Number 53, Mike 53. Oh, here we go. Oh, 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. All you get is a headache.
Here's Brady to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Fournette, a 1st down carry.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, we talk a lot about referees trying to protect quarterbacks, and no question they're going to protect number 12.
And really, truly, around the league, the intent is to protect all quarterbacks. It's just common sense. Those are the guys everyone comes to see play each and every week, and that call was pretty easy.
To throw again on second down. Brady gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. To throw is Brady. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Here's Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And they will take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Indianapolis,
they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.